to the practice season. Good tempo in that practice. Thought our veterans were extremely sharp. By far their best start to a training camp, assignment-wise and technique-wise. I think they did a lot of work over the summer. Our young guys always do, but they have some catching up to do mentally. And I always hold my breath because the first day we don't have pads on. We got all the fans out there, and it's a little bit rough, but guys tempered themselves pretty good. So one more day in shorts, and we'll get back to pads and see what we've got as a football team. But really, really pleased. I thought Carson was outstanding. All the quarterbacks really were really good. Need to get our hands on a couple more balls defensively. But we talked about that last night because we're capable of. We missed a couple, but they were really, really good throws. So to catch 22, I don't want to throw interceptions either, but I want to see us get interceptions.
So does that mean when you're talking about holding your breath a little bit, you guys came out of it unscathed in terms of that first day?
We had two guys that are getting checked on, Eli Buka and Jamal Rowe. We'll see. They're in MRIs now, see if they can go. Obviously, it would be a big blow to their chances if they can't. Ankle and a hamstring.
Who's got an ankle?
Buka.
What have you been able to see from Scooby Wright? Not so much special teams, but inside linebacker.
He had a hell of a spring. If he just quit tackling them wide receivers and tight ends going over the middle. And but no, he's very aggressive. He has a knack to play the linebacker position, and again, he's trimmed down. It's going to be a big camp for him.
There was a couple times early on when Larry made his transition after you got there in terms of the position he was playing, where you kind of said, look, the days of Larry catching 100 balls are over. Obviously, that didn't happen. Is it just because he's gotten that much better at it? Has there been a...
Never really said that. You know, I always had the number 80 catches for, once you have 80 in a season, you have a pretty good season. And when you get to 100, special things happen. But, yeah, he embraced it. He was always a student of the game, but he's a better student of the game.
When you get put on pads, is this kind of when the real competition between Justin and Brandon begins?
No, they're the ones that can compete in shorts, and we could start playing press yesterday. We couldn't play press all spring. That really hurts Brandon because that's his forte. It hurts us as a football team, that rule that we can't play bump and run. But no, their skill sets allow them to compete every single day.
Are they the only two in the mix for that? Because there anybody that could jump up like a Buka or a roll on? They close.
Yeah, I mean everybody had decent springs. Some of those young kids, Shelton had a pretty good spring, and just put the pads on and start making plays.
Chandler says he's kind of developing more of a vocal leader. Have you noticed that from him?
Who's that?
Chandler Jones.
Yeah, Chandler's talking a little bit more because he's feels part of it now, and obviously the contract. But you come in the first time on a new team, you pretty much keep your mouth shut and do your job. And as the season went on, he got more vocal, but he's more now. Yeah.
He said he changed his stance a little bit. Can that make a difference for him?
Not really. I think you are who you are. Some guys are vocal, some aren't. He's a solid player. Let your play do your talking.
Who are some guys that you were looking forward to putting pads on?
Every one of those offensive and defensive linemen, for sure. A couple young tight ends, outside backers, and see how that goes. And even the running backs in blitz pickup, see where they're at. And their technique is usually bad, but the courage factor is the thing that you want to see.
I know he's a rookie, but how many ways can you try to utilize the speed of T.J. Logan?
Yeah. I mean, he popped out of there yesterday twice, and just continue doing that, and you'll find a role. We never knew what David's role was going to be that first year, but he took our kickoff back 100, and you'll find places for him.
What do you see from both punters and competition-wise?
It's early. I mean, they both kicked really well this spring. They're both holding solid, so the kickoff part will play into it too. So that's going to be a nice battle all the way through.
Where would you say Blaine is at in terms of picking up the offense?
Way ahead of where I thought he would be. To be able to come in and having been a part of so many systems, it's obvious he's a very bright guy. And but changing protection, seeing hots and sights, he's way ahead of where I thought he'd be, and very pleased with that.
I believe in OTAs, you mentioned a play of his when he was in Jacksonville where he stood in and took a hit from James Harrison. Did you ever have that conversation with him and bring that play up to him?
Yeah, I think when we were talking way back about coming here, you know, the confidence that I saw that he had and get it back, you know, and I don't think he's really ever lost it.
Even if I'm in one practice with him, can you tell he's any different with a better group around him?
He's good with any group around him right now. It's just the group that matters the most is the ones protecting for him. And but he made some really good throws yesterday.
How do you see where Buddha is at this point, given the fact that he wasn't able to do a lot of stuff?
He looks like a damn rookie.
Coach, with Chris Johnson, are you seeing the same pattern and bounce?
Yeah, I mean, Chris is one of those guys. He's one of those genetic guys too that just never gets old. And yeah, we'll see more as we put the pads on when he gets real sudden with his cuts, and it's hard to do that in shorts.
You had a lot of veteran leadership on defense last year too, but with Carlos added, a couple other guys, what did you notice on the field yesterday, even though it was just one practice? Did you notice anything about
Much better communication, much better between everybody, you know. Really good communication, and we do a lot of shifting in motion that we do for our defense just to get them ready. And I really was pleased with the communication.
As it relates to the cornerback battle, number 2, is it fair to say Bethel has the early lead on that job, or is it wide open?
It's wide open. It's wide open. But he's doing a really good job right now.
Who do you think you'd want to name the guy?
Once he makes the 53. Got made 53 first.
You couldn't do that for maybe 2 or 3 preseason games and say that's the guy.
We'll start one, and we maybe start another one, the next one, just making sure we're getting equal number of snaps and opportunities.
How do you handle this throughout your career, a guy like someone in Larry's situation who may come back, may not come back? Do you just let him do or make that decision, or do you talk to him through it? Do you try to offer guidance? How do you handle that?
No, that's their decision. I have nothing to do with it, you know. Is it still burning inside? I think both he and Carson, they're as young as anybody out there right now.
Talked to Larry lately about that?
No.
Jerron Brown tore his ACL in November. Stayed out.
Yeah, he was on with our metric system down in he was on a 300 workload yesterday. He hit 300, pulled him out. He was great. He feels great today. So we'll gradually move it up, take the brace off.
What's your expectations for him this season?
Jerron, just to continue to do what he's always done. He's one of the most solid guys we have as a receiver and a special teams player.
So, Fua is slide over to outside, but I'm assuming because of the shorthand of the outside. Did you want to get him reps outside and inside in camp?
Yeah, for him, position flexibility is huge. You know, he played some outside in college. He's been inside totally with us. But for him, he'll go 1 week outside and he'll come back 1 week inside. Special teams is still the key thing for him.
If Blaine continues to impress, is there a chance he could compete for that number 2 job?
Yeah, anybody can. You know, it's going to be a tough one to get. But, yeah, that's why he's out there.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, guys.